Dear fellow graduates, my name is Sternberger. Maybe you have heard about me. Maybe you have heard about one student that almost blew up the entire building. Um, Accidentally set the fire and research achieves qualities. So that this person is me. I like to congratulate you on the special day and set off into one great unknown. The future is not unknown to me anymore. Get a PhD in chemistry would be next step in my way to be a real scientist. If I succeed in my career, a huge part of that is a success would be thanks to this university, our professors and other people that I met here over the past few years. When I was asked by the administration to deliver a speech, I was quite surprised because I have never been a straight A student, and sometimes I skipped less courses, and I missed and I slacked off in some of my course, and I fell behind. So I had to take private courses that helped, and I managed to keep up with my coursework. One day I made a tiny mistake in calculations and in lab experiment, and the lab experiment didn't go too well. And it was an explosion, and the explosion made me lose my eyebrows. Luckily, they grew back. I was told off and told off by the department supervisor for being a troublemaker. I was criticized for putting other people's in lives in danger, and there was an article in a newspaper about the accident. After that, about the incident. After that, I lost interest in chemical experiments, but not for a long time. In fact, I've never been much of a learner. I'm more a practical guy. I like to experiment and see how stuff works. Actually, the last experiment almost got me kicked out of the university for starting a fire in a lab. I've never heard that professor yelled at students so fiercely, and after that I had to take a course on safety principles in a lab environment. Taking exams wasn't enjoyable for me, and I didn't bury in books like other students because I worked part-time as a lab technician, and I also signed up for a theater class, and we had lots of rehearsals, and one night we had a big rehearsal, and the next day I had to take an exam, and everything mixed up in my mind, and when the professor asked me my exams, I replied sonnets from Shakespeare sonnets. Luckily, the professor was a theater enthusiastic, and and we finished our exam with a nice conversation. Uh, so I never failed. It's strange, but I never failed a single exam. A few professors gave me nice grades. They gave me grade. I higher grade than I deserved. I feel very grateful. But my life was different before university, because we moved from town to town, and I was a shy kid, and I often was bullied at school, um, and I was good at math, and that considered to be a nerd. And sometimes I skipped lessons to stay at home and to read books about science. And I didn't go to my school prom because I didn't have a D. When I got a place at the University of California, I was so excited. My parents weren't able to pay, and I applied for a scholarship, and I had a grant. I was involved in a department of physics, but I was really passionate. But chemistry was my real passion, and I dropped off from physics course and dropped into chemical course, and now I'm here in front of you. I'm extremely proud to be one of the graduates, and I want to say work hard and make your own choices.